Hey everyone. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. And I got stuff to say, but I'm just going to hope that if I press record and keep talking, I will eventually find the right words to say. I'm going to be doing a voiceover over. I've been doing a lot of art therapy recently, and this is one where I am experimenting with watercolor pencils. And it's kind of funny because I think you can tell the moment in which I know I messed up, but I kept going anyway. And also, I showed it to my mom, and she said that the BTS logo was in there. And I was like, oh my God, I totally didn't realize that. I guess I just did that subconsciously. But anyway, I've been experimenting with a lot of art, and it's been helping me immensely because, well, you know, a lot of people, I think some people might be sick of, it's like, you know, just sounding like a broken record, like how mental health is all the rage, and it's been very bad, and it has been bad practically all of spring and all of summer. I don't know if everybody knows this, but I've been through a breakup, and it hit me very suddenly, and you see, I'm struggling with, what do I want to say? There's things that, like, there's me, and then there's me with you guys, and then there's me at work, and then there was me with him, and now that there's not me and him, it just really felt like I lost that safety, that, like, just something happened within me. And it's almost humiliating to say, but it was like there was a version of me before dating this guy, and then there was a version of me when I was dating him, and I was soaring. I was amazing. I loved myself so much, but then when he broke up with me, it just tore me to shreds, and it's just something happened where I fell into a cycle of self-loathing, a cycle of suicidal thoughts, and I just did not like anything. I was so depressed, and it took me a very long time to finally get to where I am now, where I feel like maybe I can move on, which is good, I guess, but it's just, I've been going through a whole identity crisis where just suddenly I hate myself as a single woman, and I have to find out how to love myself again. And that I learned a lot in that relationship. Let me tell you, I am not somebody who can take things lightly. And even though he wouldn't, like, say it explicitly to me, when everything was going down, I did open up to him about this. Like, he knew that I did commissions, but he didn't know what for. He knew that I had a platform, but he didn't know what for. And once I explained that to him fully and he found out, I think that was part of the reason why he didn't want to be with me anymore. Just because I would occasionally moan into microphones. Okay. So, and then I really didn't want to do anything with the script cabinet anymore, just because I didn't want that to affect any future relationships I might have. But then I just realized, you know, why am I letting this guy get in the way of what I want to do? Like, this was a platform that was for me. It always started, like, for me. And if I helped people along the way, all the better. And I know that I have. You guys have proven to me that I've helped so many people. And I've been struggling to get back to that. And that's the main message that I really want to say, because it's just, I've been struggling. And even though I started stories, I haven't been ending them. I was supposed to do Elikai. I was supposed to do I forgot what the title of it was, but I posted scripts on Patreon instead, and I have not been posting anything on Patreon, and I feel so bad. And thank you so much for supporting me. If you've ever supported me, thank you so much. But it's just, I've just felt like this big black pit has been inside me, and I just don't know how to come back. And there's been a lot of drama in my life, like besides that too. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but with my family and with at work, but it's just been, therapy has been very revolutionizing. Is that a word? Revolutionary with me. And art therapy has been very helpful. I've been getting into watercolors, which I used to be so scared of watercolors, even though I used to play with them all the time as a kid. But yeah, in this, I'm just experimenting with it. And I'm just seeing what's it going to be like if I do this? What if I want to be opaque? How about I try this technique? Or what about this? So I might actually show you guys a lot more of that. And I've just been bit by bit trying to rediscovering myself. Like sewing. I used to sew so much. And Joann's closed. And I stopped again. Anyway, my main goal while I was away was to experiment with a lot of other hobbies in order to try to find myself again and just learn the kind of person I am now that I am single once again. And I'm now somebody who knows how to horseback ride. I'm still doing ballet, even though I almost busted my knee doing releve passe, so that was fun. And that hurt. Like, you know, whenever you like crack your knees or your ankles, sometimes it feels good. Well, this time it did not feel good. And I'm getting older and it shows and I can feel it. But I'm also trying to get back into ice skating as well. But it's still too hot outside. I'm giving it a little bit of time, but also I realize that the Winter Olympics is just around the corner and probably everybody is going to try to learn to ice skate as well. So been thinking about that, and I have been reading a lot, which I have been thinking about doing a video about the books that I would recommend if you were to ask me. And it's really funny. I'm actually in the middle of Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fado, and if you like American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, you would really like this book. If you don't want it to be as male-centric or still comedic but less pretentious, this is the one for you, because it's basically about a governor in a Victorian mansion who's a psycho. And by psycho, I mean, spoiler alert, but on the first night that she's there, the cook is like cooking a cow, and there's like the cow is beheaded and it's on the table. She bites the snout of the cow, of the dead cow. And when the kids go to bed, she licks all of their fingers. That's just some of the weird stuff that happens. But I find it, like, the writing style to be very hilarious. So I would recommend that. And I've been trying to watch movies too and watch TV shows. Like, I just finished The White Lotus. I feel like all the wrong people died, but it's been weird. I'm just at a really strange time in my life where, like, I'm discovering myself again and I'm trying to be productive again, but then I'm still bombarded by all of these thoughts and feelings of, unless I am doing or writing or performing something involving diapers, no one's ever going to want to hear what I have to say. Or unless if I'm writing up a spanking script and nobody's going to want to read it. Or it's like I'm just at this crisis where you're doing something creatively, but now once you do it for money, it's not fun anymore. And that's just it. That's just my complete, honest opinion. And I don't want to post this promising that anything's going to come, because honestly, I don't know what's going to come next. I'm just taking it day by day, and I hope that you will understand. And if you do, I thank you very much. And I truly appreciate you for sticking around and listening to me ramble about whatever my life is up to, even though it hasn't been that great. I think that was pretty much everything that I have to say. And if I think of anything else, then I will put it in here. I'm unmedicated now, by the way. And let me tell you, birth control and antidepressants can fuck you up really bad. Okay, now back to the outro. But if not, I might as well just explain to you what I'm actually painting. So there's this concept in therapy that it's a way to explain how traumatic memories eventually disappear or they get smaller and smaller. So it's like you have these balls in a box or like in some kind of tray, and they're rolling around, and every time they hit a corner or they hit like the wall, you might get a bad memory and you ruminate, but then it does get smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually those balls evaporate. Well, the thing about me is, I was telling my therapist this, that I don't think, in my mind, I don't see my bad memories as circles or balls. I see them as squares, trapezoids, triangles, and maybe some balls, yeah. But I also kind of see that as like the piggy bank in Squid Game, which is an awesome series, by the way. I do recommend that you watch it. It's on Netflix. But also, it's like, you know that game, that like fruit game that like you like drop them in the thing, and then once the like when certain pairs meet together, they form into like a new fruit and it gets bigger and bigger, but then eventually it fills up with too much stuff and you ran out of space and it's just overflowing with a bunch of fruits. Yeah, it's like that. Wait a minute. I actually have that game on my phone. I can tell you exactly what game I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I am talking about Fruit Clash. Fruit Clash. I think of it like that, except nothing rolls around and it's just barricaded against the walls and nothing moves and nothing gets smaller because everything is stuck. And then that's my brain around that piggy bank, around that circle. So yeah, that's the explanation for that. And apparently the BTS logo is inside it. Thanks, Mom, for pointing that out to me. But anyway, that has been what's going on. I'm sorry that I don't have any good news for you at the moment, but I'm just taking care of myself and getting a lot more sleep than when I was voice acting. And I don't know if I'm going to be continuing voice acting, to be honest. Just, I have to figure out what I want to do. But in the meantime, you might see a video every now and again of something that I like. And I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you'd like to see more of that, please let me know. But otherwise, my name's Kaylee. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want. And I shall see you in the next video, whenever that may be. And thank you very much again to all my patrons and to all my subscribers. And I hope that you have a good night or day, depending on where it is you are. Okay. I'm still not used to ending these rambles. Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks.